There are moments in history that don't begin with noise. They begin with silence. Not the kind of silence that feels peaceful, but the kind that makes the world feel heavy, unfamiliar, as if the air itself remembers something or someone. Ever since March 2025, when Park Jimin quietly stepped out of the military gates and bowed to the world one more time, that silence has followed us, to a silence full of things we don't say out loud, to a silence where we try to convince ourselves we're ready to see him again, ready to hear his voice again, while knowing deeply that we're absolutely not. Because when Jimin sings, it doesn't just sound like music. It feels like memory. It feels like every moment we've tried so hard to move forward from, suddenly pulling us back in with a force we cannot fight. And now, barely 7 months after that day, the silence is breaking again. Not officially, not loudly, not through press conferences or headlines, but through something far more dangerous: rumors, whispers, sound that spreads before you even realize it's there. Jimin has reportedly finished a secret recording. They say it's for his second solo album. And it's ready. Not next year. Not next summer. Now. And just like that, the world is not silent anymore. It is trembling, because the truth is we missed him. But missing someone is one thing. It didn't begin with a breaking news alert. It didn't begin with HYBE's carefully crafted statement. It began at 1:17 a.m. KST, a time when the world should be sleeping, but the kind of hour when only people who are waiting for something are still awake on a quiet Monday night in Seoul. 2 fan accounts, not big, not verified, just ordinary fans, posted the same sentence within the same minute. He was there, he came after midnight, and he didn't leave alone. No names and location tag, just enough to ignite panic. Hope, fear, everything at once. Minutes later, a grainy image flooded group chats. Blurry, dark, almost useless. Except for one detail: a silhouette, black cap, hand half covering his face, and a posture that is unmistakable to anyone who has watched him walk for 10 years. Park Jimin, at HYBE, past midnight. But that wasn't what made fans lose their breath. IT was the second figure standing beside him, a staff believed to be Bang Si-hyuk's personal producer unit, someone who never appears unless a recording is officially in progress. The caption? Just 2 words. It's starting. And in a matter of 13 minutes, #JiminIsComing started trending in 21 countries, including those where it was still daylight, lunchtime, or even the middle of a workday. 7 months. That's all it has been since March. 7 months since we watched him step out in uniform, salute with a smile that wasn't loud, but was loud enough to break millions of hearts in silence. 7 months since he said, "I'll come back stronger, and I'll sing for you again." Back then, people cried because they missed him. Now, they cry because they are not ready to feel that again, because loving Jimin was never easy. IT was never just fangirling. IT was never just admiring someone talented. Loving Jimin is emotional exposure. He doesn't perform. He confesses. Every stage like a journal entry. Every lyric like an unfiltered wound. So when rumors said, "The album is done." The timeline didn't celebrate. IT went still, not because they didn't want it, but because suddenly they were scared. The first reaction wasn't screaming. IT wasn't joy. IT was a pause. The kind of pause only people who know pain too well ever make before allowing themselves to feel happiness again. 1 comment stood out across Weverse, reposted over 30,000 times in just an hour. "I want it, but I don't know if my heart can take it right now." Another army wrote, "I thought I was ready. I thought I waited enough. But why do I suddenly feel scared?" This wasn't the usual OMFG comeback reaction, NO capital letters, NO emoji explosions. Instead, trembling, fear disguised as love, love disguised as fear. Because people who loved Jimin in like crazy didn't just like that song. They broke with it. They drowned with him. They saw themselves, every aching insecurity, every "I'm fine" lie, reflected in his voice. As theories exploded, army timelines didn't turn chaotic, they turned vulnerable. People stopped talking about Jimin. They started talking about themselves. Jimin's music always makes me confront the parts of me I try to ignore. What if I'm still the same broken person from 2023? What if his next album proves I haven't healed at all? He always finds the exact wound I thought I had buried. This wasn't fandom energy. This was human fragility, exposed in real time. Another post now viral. I don't want to hear him sing about pain again, but I know he will, because he always tells the truth, even when the truth hurts. And that's when it hit everyone. There was no teaser, an concept mood board, an midnight countdown. Just a rumor that felt more real and more dangerous than any official confirmation, because this time, Jimin has nothing left to prove. Not to charts, not to awards, not even to his own legacy. The most terrifying kind of artist is the one who comes back not because he has to, but because he needs to. And every fan instinctively knew, if Jimin finished a secret album in silence, he didn't do it for success. He did it because there was something inside him that refused to stay quiet any longer. It was a Wednesday night, the kind of midweek quiet where even Seoul seems to move slower. 10:42 p.m. KST, a car with blacked out windows was seen entering the HYBE underground lot. Not unusual, but the man who stepped out was. Because he didn't walk like staff, he didn't walk like security, he walked like a producer who knew exactly what kind of music he was protecting. He was Dog, the architect of BTS's most emotional records. The man who does not leave his house late at night unless something is worth losing sleep for. 30 minutes later, another car, and this time a figure stepped out in all black decap. A mask, a coat too long for the warm weather. His face was almost entire shadow, but his walk was unmistakable, soft shoulders. The kind of delicate posture only dancers have. He lifted his hand to his mouth, as if hiding the fact that he was smiling. Park. Jimin, an security team, an media cover. Fans didn't get that information from paparazzi. They got it from something that HYBE forgets is alive. The producer follows on Instagram, a well-known in-house vocal engineer, one who had recently worked on big Western pop collaborations, suddenly stopped posting stories.
No likes.
Not even casual memes for 2 days, then one story. Only one. IT wasn't a face. IT wasn't a lyric leak. IT was a soundboard, and a single caption beneath it. Just one emoji. Broken heart, nothing more. 27,000 fans screenshotted it. And within hours, one comment rose to the top across platforms. If it's Jimin, it means this won't be beautiful. IT will be devastating. This is what separates Jimin from most artists. He doesn't fight for charts, he fights for honesty. What terrifies everyone right now is not that Jimin might be coming back too soon, it's that he might be coming back too honest. Because after 18 months of military silence, that kind of emotion doesn't come back gently. IT comes back in a stormed army group chats around the world. People are saying something they never said before. I don't care what the music sounds like, I'm just scared of what it will make me remember. And maybe that's why the world isn't screaming yet. It's holding its breath. Every comeback has anticipation, but this one is tension. Not the kind that explodes loudly, but the kind that tightens quietly, like oxygen pulling itself away from the room without anyone noticing. Something is different this time. The world is not counting down. IT is bracing for impact. There is no teaser video. An concept trailer. An coming soon. And yet, everywhere you go, you feel it. Spotify updating global K-pop editorial playlists at unusual hours. TikTok sounds mysteriously flooded with crazy bridgeless edits, as if algorithm is sensing a return before the label announces it. Paris digital billboards cycling black screens for 0.3 seconds longer than usual. A detail too small for the average eye, but not for someone who has waited years with obsession. Nothing happened. And yet, everything feels like it's about to a fan wrote. It's not loud, it's not chaotic, but why does it feel like the world is dimming its lights, waiting for him to speak again? Another replied, it's like the moment before rain, when the wind goes completely still, not because nothing is coming, but because something is. That's what this is, the stillness before the storm, not silence, suspense. And the longer HYBE stays quiet, the louder the world listens.